Let us start. Hello. Let us start with question number 7. Now, question number 7. Again, question number 7, 8, 9, 10, they are of the same type. See how it goes. What principal will amount to, now here it is given what principal will amount to. So they have given us amount. What principal, so we have no idea about what is the principal. Will amount to rupees 9,856. In 2 years, if the rates of interest for the successive years are 10% and 12%. So my dear friends, rate for 2 different years, 10% and 12%. So time period would be 2 years. Amount is 9856. What principal we don't know, will amount to 9856, and rate of interest is given to us. So 9856. What about rate of interest? So rate of interest is given to us 8% and 10%. So my dear friends, it's a very simple question, as we are aware about the formulas. The rates are 10 and 12%. So let's modify the rates. It's 10% and 12%. So here we go. Amount equals to principal 1 plus R1 upon 100. 1 plus R2 upon 100. What is A? 9856. P not available. 1 plus R 10 upon 100. 1 plus R2 12 upon 100. What to do? So now we can easily cancel this. So 9856 can be written as P. This would be 11 upon 10. Sir, if I wish to cancel, can I cancel? It is all up to your wish. Otherwise, I would have taken 112 upon 100. How do we find P? P would be 9856 multiply by 10 multiply by 100 upon 11 multiply by 112. Now basically these calculations are not difficult. Generally by and large you can get easy calculation. Let us try this with 11. 11 ones are 11 eights are 88, 10 remaining, 9s are 6. So you get 896. 112 8s are 896. So 1s are and 8s are. Finally your answer is 8 into 1000 rupees 8000. What is asked in the question? Sum. Have you answered it? Yes. The question is done. My dear friends, for your information, let me tell you, following are the formulas which we are going to use. P1 plus R upon 100 raised to n. In case of multiple rates, P1 plus R1 upon 100, 1 plus R2 upon 100, 1 plus R3 upon 100. In case if someone wants to find compound interest directly, we can use this formula for the purpose of finding the compound interest directly. That is P outside 1 plus R upon 100 raised to n minus 1. And lastly, if number of years is 2.5 years or maybe 3.5 years and so on and so forth, so we can say that A equals to P 1 plus R upon 100 raised to 2. This is for 2.5 years. And then what? So 1 plus R upon 200 raised to 1. That is, even if you will not write, that's okay. So 2 years, and this is for half month. What about 3.5 years, sir? P 1 plus R upon 100, 3.5. So we take 3 years. The remaining half year is stagnant. R upon 200. That's it. So one must have the following formulas while doing so. So whenever you are doing, ensure that these formulas are there in your list. Move on to the next question, question number 8. Friends, compound interest in 2 years amounts to, now here my dear friend, they have given compound interest amounts to. So that means they are talking about compound interest on a certain sum the compound interest in 2 years amounts to 4240, if the rate of interest for the successive years were 10% and 15% respectively, find the sum. Alright, so basically principal, no idea. Compound interest given to us. What is the rate for first year? Given to us. What is the rate for second year? Given to us. What we have to find? Principal. Let us note down. On a certain sum, the compound interest in 2 years. So the compound interest in 2 years amounts to 4240. 4240. Okay. What else is given? So the rates are given 10% and 15% respectively. So I can take down 10%, I can take down 15%. Of course, this question can be done without using formula also. But let us say if someone is insisting us to use the formula method, what do we do? Very simple. So compound interest would be P 1 plus R1 upon 100, 1 plus R2 upon 100. See, this formula 1 plus R upon 100 raised to n in case if the rate of interest is same throughout the year. But if you have a multiple rates, we have to follow the following formula. So it is a multiple rate. This is for 10%, this is for 15%, minus 1, 1. In this formula, kindly adopt, kindly put, kindly substitute, place the values of the respective figures given to us. Alright, sir. 4240 is equal to, isn't it simple? You need to know only this concept well. The rest all is done. P, after that 1 plus R, 10 upon 100, 1 plus 15 upon 100, minus 1, absolutely precise, equals to P, this gets cancelled, you get 11 upon 10. In case if you wish to cancel, I really don't like to cancel it. In case if you wish, you can go ahead. Minus 1. 4240 equals to P. Let us see what is the outcome. This multiply by this 115, 115, 16, 61. So it will be 1265. Multiply 1265 minus this will be 1000. Minus 1000 upon 1000. So 4240 multiply by 1000 divided by what I have done over here, 11 into 15 is 1265 upon 1000. So 1265 upon 1000 minus 1. When you take the LCM, 1265 minus 1000 into 1 is 1000. The whole upon 1000. This 1000 will come here. 4240 multiply by 1000 and divide by 265. That would be your principal. This is a very basic, simple, easy calculation. 265. It's gonna be 16s. Therefore, principal equals to rupees 16,000. With this, my dear friends, your question number 8 comes to an end. Now, after question number 8, we can proceed to question number 9. Question number 9, my dear friends. At what rate % per annum? So this time they have not given us the rate. So at what rate % per annum will rupees 6,000 amounts to 6615. So 6,000. Principal is rupees 6,000. Amounts to rupees 6615. So at what % rate per annum? At what % rate per annum will rupees 6,000 amounts to 6615 in 2 years? So basically, principal 6,000, amount 6615, rate not known, time 2 years. Question number 9. This information is given to us. We can apply our formula number 1 and we can get the desired thing. So have a look, all of you. A equals to P 1 plus R upon 100 raised to N. 6615 equals to 6000 1 plus R upon 100 square. My dear friends, I cannot shift the 6000 that side. It's a multiplication. What we can do is 6615 divide by 6000 will give you 1 plus R upon 100, the whole square. This side is a square. I am sure even this side has to be a square. Though it is not visible, let us see the calculation. 6615 divided by 6000. If you divide this, we can divide by 5. 120. 5 12s are 0 and 0. Even this can be divided by 5. If you divide so, 5 1s are 3s are 2s are and 3s are. So basically I have divided simply by 5. This number can further be divided by 3. That will become 400. If I divide this by 3, so you will get 4, 1, 4, 1, 4. Hey, wonderful. 441 is a square of 21. Whereas 400 is a square of 20. Now someone says that, sir, how will I come to know 441? 3 ka table. Apply it and check what do you get. So 1, 4, 7. Again 3. What do you get? 49. 7, 7. So basically 441 is nothing but 3 square into 7 square, which is 21 square. So in case if you don't know, you can find by prime factorization method also. Last year in standard 8, we all have done chapter on square and square roots. There is a simple way of finding out the square root of a number. Though I found out the square root of a number. So this is nothing but, this can be written as 21 upon 20 square. Whereas this will be 1 plus R upon 100 raised to. So both the squares can be equated. The square will cancel each other. What remains is 21 upon 20 is equal to 1 plus R upon 100. Can I shift 1 on the other side? Of course, sir, you can. 21 upon 20, shift minus 1 equals to R upon 100. This will be 21 minus 20 upon 20 is equal to R upon 100. So 1 upon 20 equals to R upon 100. Shift 100 there. 100 upon 20 equals to R. Therefore, R equals to 5%, my dear friends. So the only complex thing that arises over here is this calculation. I showed you also how this calculation can be overcome. You can easily do the calculation by prime factorization method. I will show you some other methods also how to find this calculation. See, before I proceed to question 10, one must know how to find out the square root of a number. Because now most of the questions will involve finding the square roots. For example, if x square equals to, let us say, 729 upon 169. So one must know how to go about to find out the square root of this number. We all know that 169 is a square of 30. What about 729? So you can find out from here if there is any possibility. So you can go by 3. 3 2s are, 4s are and 3s are. Again you can go by 3. 8, 1. Again you can go by 3. 27. Again 3. 9. Again 3. 3. So what do you get? 3 square, 3 square, 3 square. So basically 169 can be written as 13 square. Whereas this can be written as 3 square into 3 square into 3 square. What does that mean? So it would mean 3 into 3 into 3 square upon 13 square equals to x square. So when you want to remove the square root, x square, square will go away. So x will become 3 3s are 9 3s are 27 upon 13. So one must know how to find out the square root of this. In case if you can't do it orally, mentally, you'll have to do by prime factorization method. There are many other techniques that are available. While doing the sums, I will disclose with you the techniques that you need to apply while finding out the square root. We will move on to question number 10 now. Question number 10 says, at what rate % compound interest? At what rate? So again we have to find out the rate. Does a sum of money becomes 1.44 times of itself in 2 years? So at what rate? Rate is not specified. Sum of money not available. Amount will be 1.44 times P. Since P is not available, I cannot comment anything on A, and the time horizon is 2 years. So they say at what rate of compound interest? A sum of money we don't know, so we say let the sum of money be rupees X. You can take 100 also, you can take 1000 also. Now you say, sir, I wish to take 1000. Alright, you can take 1000. So let principal be 1000. Amount would be 1.44 into 1000. That would give 1440. Question becomes so simple. We have to find rate, principal, amount and time is given to us. Apply the formula. The first formula, P 1 plus R upon 100 raised to n. How much is amount? 1440. What about principal? 1000. 1 plus R not available upon 100 raised to 2. My dear friends, you can simply cancel 0, 0. What is left is 144 upon 100 equals to 1 plus R upon 100 square. Can you take square root on both the sides? Yes, taking square root on both the sides. 144 will become 12, 100 will become 10 equals to 1 plus R upon 100. This will go away. So 12 upon 10 equals to 1 plus R upon 100. What we do is 12 upon 10 minus 1. I am shifting this one on this side equals to R upon 100. 12 minus 10 upon 10 equals to R upon 100. What do you get, my dear friends? 2 upon 10 equals to R upon 100. Take 100 on this side. So 100 will go up next to 2. 2 into 100 upon 10. 0 cancel 0. Your rate of interest would be 20%. Very easy. If you would have done by X also, you will get the same answer. If you wish to do by 100, yet you get the same answer. We are done with question number 10. Question number 11. Question number 11. At what rate %, again they are asking you rate, will a sum of rupees 4000, at what rate %? Rate is not given. Sum of rupees 4000, that means principal is rupees 4000. So at what rate % will a sum of rupees 4000 yield rupees 1324? Yield means produce, yield means gives. So at what rate % a sum of rupees 4000 gives rupees 1324 as compound interest? So they have given us compound interest 1324. I hope I have copied it correct. 1324 in 3 years. Time horizon 3 years. My dear friends, we have to find the value of R. We all know amount equals to principal plus compound interest. Since principal is available 4000, interest is also available 1324. So we can easily find out the addition of the two, that is 5324. What to do next? So apply the formula. A equals to P 1 plus R upon 100 raised to N. Place substitute 5324 equals to 4000 1 plus R upon 100 raised to 3. It's given to us 3. That means 5324 upon 4000 will be 1 plus r upon 100 raised to 3. My dear friend, this is cube, this has to be cube, and we'll have to work out how can we do this. 5324 upon 4000 is going to be 1 plus r upon 100 raised to 3. How do you go about? You can divide by 4. This will become 1000. If you divide by 4, it becomes 1331 equals to 1 plus r upon 100 raised to 3. We all know very well that 1000 is a cube of 10. And 1331 is nothing but 11 into 11 into 11 is 1331. I have previously also told you, do remember this number 11 into 11 into 11. It will be used in most of the questions. So this is nothing but 11 cube, which will be 1 plus r upon 100 cube. Can you take cube root on both the sides? Yes, sir. Cube cancels. 11 upon 10 will be 1 plus r upon 100. Can I shift this one on this side? 11 upon 10 minus 1 equals to r upon 100. 11 minus 10, 1 upon 10 equals to r upon 100. Therefore, r equals to 100 upon 10. That is 10%. So my dear friends, this question wasn't different from the one that we did previously. The only thing that is there given to us, principal plus interest. So once we add that, you immediately get an amount. And you can follow the same formula to get your answer. Let's move on to the next question. Question number 12. A person invests 5,000 for 3 years at a certain rate of interest compounded annually. At the end of 2 years, the sum amounts to 6272. So at the end of 2 years, sum amounts to 6272. How much was the principal? That is not known. So it is mentioned that a person invests rupees 5,000. Oh, so we even know the person invests 5,000. For how many years? 2 years. Which amounted to how much? 6272. That means 5,000 became 6272 at the end of 2 years. Now what is they asking? Find the rate of interest per annum and the amount at the end of 3rd year. We can easily find the rate of interest per annum by adopting the formula. Same formula as what we have used before. So this is the amount at the end of 2 years. Amount equals to principal 1 plus r upon 100 raised to n. What is amount? 6272 equals to 5,000 1 plus r upon 100 raised to n. 6272 divided by 5,000. My dear friends, make sure that you are doing a division calculation over here. There is a division. Equals to 1 plus r upon 100 raised to 1 plus r upon 100 raised to 2 years. So this must be a square. Can we divide this? Of course so. You can divide this by 2. So you get 2500. You can divide this by 2. You get 3136 equals to 1 plus r upon 100 square. So I know this is the square of 50 because 50 square is 2550. What about this? And of course this can be divided by further by 4 also. But let me find out. 3136 is a square 2. So become 2, 1, 5, 6, 8. 2, 7, 8, 4. 2, 3, 9, 7, 9, 12, 17. Not possible. 27, 35, 4, 1, 9. This will be 392. 23192. 2, 1, 9, 6. 196 is 14. 14, 14, 14. What do you get? 2 square, 2 square, 14 square. So we can say that 2 square, 2 square, 14 square, the whole upon 50 square equals to 1 plus r upon 100 square. Now if I take square root on both the sides, 2 square will become 2, 2 square will become 2, 14 square will become 14, and this will become 50 equals to 1 plus r upon 100. 14 2s are 28, 20, 56 upon 50 equals to 1 plus r upon 100. Shift 1 on this side. 56 upon 50 minus 1 equals to r upon 100. 56 minus 50 upon 50 equals to r upon 100. This gives you 6 upon 50 into 100. This 100 goes there, equals to r. 1s are and 2s are. Therefore, my dear friend, r equals to 12%. We found out the value of r. They want to find amount at the end of third year. How do we find amount at the end of third year? So there are two ways of doing it. One, amount third year equals to A2 plus interest on A2. That means what is A2? 6272 plus 6272 into what is the rate of interest? 12 upon 100 into 1. Either you can do this and get your answer, or else you can find out A equals to P 1 plus R upon 100 raised to n. What is the amount of principal? 5,000. 1 plus what is the rate of interest? 12 upon 100 raised to 3. So automatically you will get amount at the end of third year. I'm sure you can do this type of calculation. Question number 13. In how many years, now this time they are asking you the period. In how many years will 7,000 amounts to 9317 at 10% per annum? In how many years? So time is not given. Will rupees 7,000, principal is 7,000, amounts to 93, it is 9317, 17. In how many years? Not given to you. What is the rate of interest? Sir, 10%. So basically again we are going to adopt formula number 1. A equals to P 1 plus R upon 100 raised to n. Out of 1, 2, 3, 4 parameters. 3 parameters are available. We can find the fourth one. 9317 equals to 7,000 1 plus 10 upon 100 raised to n. 0 cancels 0. 9317 upon 7,000 equals to 10 plus 1, 11 upon 10 raised to n. Now since you know that this is 11 upon 10, even this has to be a multiple of 11 upon 10. How to find? Sir, this is 7,000. If you divide this by 7, automatically you will get 1,000. And 1,000 is a multiple of 10. So why not we should eliminate this 7. So we will divide numerator and denominator by 7. See what happens. When you divide this by 7, you get 1,000. And if you divide this by 7, 7 ones are 23, 3s are, so you get 2, 21, so 3s are, and this will be 1s are, equals to 11 upon 10 raised to n. Remember in the bracket if you got 11 upon 10, let what may happen, this will be a multiple of 11. Let what may happen. You will get 11 upon 10 on this side also, but we don't know that 11 upon 10 will come in what form. Here it is 11 upon 10 cube. Why? So 10 cube is 1000 and 11 cube is 11 into 11 into 11. 11 upon 10 raised to n. If you notice this, 11, 11, 10, 10 equal to bracket, bracket. Therefore, n equals to 3. Therefore, time is 3 years. It's a very important question. This question, my dear friend, is a very, very important question. Question number 13. It's a very important question. We'll do one more question on the same time. That is question number 14. Let us read question number 14. find the time. Again we have to find the time in years in which 4,000 will produce. So principal is rupees 4,000. What it will produce? Whatever the principal produce is called as interest. Principal has a capacity to produce interest. So they say that find the time in years in which rupees 4,000 will produce 630 rupees and 50 paise as a compound interest at 5% per annum annually. So the interest is 630 rupees and 50 paise. Since principal is available, compound interest is available, can you find the amount? Yes sir. 4630.50. What is the time duration? So not given. We have to find that. What about the rate? So 5% per annum. So then becomes a question similar to this. Exactly the same type of question. A equals to P 1 plus R upon 100 raised to N. What is A? So A is 4630.50. What is P? So P is 4,000. So 1 plus 5 upon 100 raised to N. We don't know N. 46305 upon 4,000. I am writing 40,000. Eliminating this decimal. So this decimal is shifted. Instead of 4, I have 40,000. Can you divide it? Yes sir. How much it will come up to? 1 za and 20. So 21 upon 20 raised to N. Is there any possibility of division? Yes sir, we can divide by 5. When you divide by 5, this becomes 8,000. Whereas this becomes 9, 1, 2. So 3, that will be 6, 1 will be equal to 21 upon 20. Which is the easier one to find the cube? Sir, 20 into 20 is 4,000. But this is 8,000. 20 into 20, 400. 400 into 20, that is 8,000. So that means cube will match. So no need to see also. If cube, so automatically this has to be 21 ka cube. You found out now that this is a cube of, so this is 20 cube. This has to be 21, but still you can verify. 21 into 21, 441. 441 into 21, so it will be 9261. Exactly. Verified also. 21. 21 upon 20 raised to N. Now if you compare, what will be your N? N equals to 3 years. My dear friends, it's not that I am going fast. Let me make you very clear. I am doing each and every question. Though 50% of the question is meant only for you to be done. They are both exactly similar question. Here also I did the same thing. Here also I did the same thing. So I personally feel you should be really thankful to me for doing almost all the questions. What I expect from you in return? You must try same questions. Each question that I do after me, immediately you must follow. And you should find out what are the reasons for the difference in your answer and my answer, in case if you are not getting the same answer. I'll be very happy and more than happy in case if you are getting the same answer, and in case you are not getting it, you must introspect and see, look into my solution. You will surely get the light, you will get the answer, and you will definitely know what mistakes you are making.